My cold country, always snow falling, always wind blowing. I like the island Manhattan, and especially Broadway musicals, and especially Theatre District. And as you know, there is new addition. It's revival of West Side Story. Sounds exciting, right? I've been dreaming to see West Side Story live on Broadway a long time. I remember when I was in Russia and there was some fancy production of West Side Story coming to our city, and I asked my mother to buy 2 tickets several months in advance. And I just couldn't wait. I was counting days, literally. And on the day of performance, when we came to the theater, we found out that the show was cancelled. I was really upset because last minute I found out that I wasn't going to see the show. So since that moment I was really dreamed to see West Side Story on Broadway. And can you imagine what I felt when I found out that there's gonna be a revival of West Side Story on Broadway in 2009. As you can see, I already saw it 2 times. I saw first preview and I saw 5th preview. So let me share my experience with you. Let's begin with the good news. You're probably wondering where to sit in such a big theater like Palace Theater. It's really big, it has huge orchestras and mezzanine levels and balcony. Very up, very high. So I want to relieve you. If you're short on money, or if all good seats in the house sold out, you probably will enjoy the show even from the last row of the balcony partial view. First time I saw it from the last row of the balcony, limited view, and it costed only $26 and something cents, and it was really amazing because of choreography. West Side Story always has great choreography and a lot of cast members. So from the mezzanine level or from the balcony it looks great. In my opinion it looks even better than if you see it from orchestra. So I was fascinated of the choreography until Tony, which was played by Matt Cavanaugh, started to sing Something's Coming. Something was really coming, and that something wasn't good. And I thought, okay, I would wait for Maria's song. But during the Maria song, it was even worse. His voice was too dim and not sonorous. Sometimes too high, sometimes too quiet that I couldn't hear beginning and the end of some words in the song. It was like bad opera singer for me. His voice definitely doesn't match the role of Tony. I mean, his voice okay, but come on. Why I don't feel energy? Why I don't feel anything while I'm listening him? Thankfully we have people to compare with. Let's say Larry Kert from original Broadway cast. Just listen how Larry Kert performed in Maria and you will see difference with Matt. Acting skills of Matt Cavanaugh wasn't perfect pitching too. I know maybe it's director's decision, but for example during the Maria song, first part of the song he was standing at the one spot of the stage, and in the second part of the song he just moved a little bit ahead and finished the song. No emotions, no feelings, I didn't feel anything. He didn't look like young man who just met a girl and who fell in love with her. It didn't look like this. And I think it still doesn't. Well, usually I don't pay attention on acting skills of the actors and voices of the actors because I trust casting companies and I trust casting directors. But when I don't feel that energy for which I love Broadway shows. When I don't feel it, I start to analyze what's wrong. And in this case, in case like revival of West Side Story, actually there was wrong with a lot of things, but very important part Tony was definitely wrong. He just doesn't match the role. And when he yelled Maria at the end of the fight scene under the highway, it sounded weird and unnatural and even funny. So the couple of viewers who were sitting next to me even laughed a bit, because it was really funny, it just wasn't natural. So definitely something wrong with the Tony at this production. The other characters were actually pretty good for me. Maria, Reeve, Anita, Bernardo. Except Bernardo was in some kind of funny lilac costume that absolutely didn't match him. I mean, come on, the leader of the Sharks in this funny costume. I didn't feel a lot of chemistry between Tony and Maria. They didn't match together, and that really sucks. Speaking about costumes, all male characters looked almost the same from the boss gangs, so in the beginning it was really hard to understand who is Jets, who Sharks. Now a little bit about Spanish. И в 60-го я решил сделать эту часть на русском языке. Okay, I'm kidding. It won't be in Russian. So actually some people thought that like 50% of the show in Spanish. No, only a couple of songs in Spanish. Well, definitely it's not bad, but it's not good also. As for me, it sounds and looks very natural, because my first language is Russian, and sometimes I speak with my Russian friends in Russian, sometimes we speak in English. Personally, I try to speak mostly in English because I really need to improve it. So yeah, it's very natural, but there is no subtitles, so for people who don't know Spanish or who didn't watch West Side Story before, or saw it a couple of times long time ago and they forgot all the lyrics, it could be hard to understand. Speaking about showstoppers, all songs where audience go crazy, where they yell, applause, whistle, songs performed by a lot of cast members like America or G Officer Krapke or Somewhere or I Feel Pretty in Spanish. But it's so amazing, so much energy that you don't have to speak Spanish to understand what Maria feels. So yeah, there are a lot of amazing moments for which I like Broadway, and that's great. Set and light design didn't really impress me either, especially light. For me, West Side Story should be more colorful. I like good colors on stage, and this West Side Story was just colorless. Absolutely no colors. So it's, in my opinion, really bad light design, which sucks, because through proper light design, through proper colors, light designer and director could express emotions, feelings, the whole situation. I mean, it just would be much better with proper lights, but unfortunately it's not. Well, in spite of all minuses, it's still West Side Story, and it's still on Broadway, and it's still must-see show for all fans of musical theater. So I would definitely recommend to see the show, in spite of all what I just said. It just could have been done better, much better. But oh well, just don't pay full price. Buy, like me, half price partial view tickets for balcony for $26 and enjoy the show. It even will be better from the balcony or from mezzanine level, because choreography is more interesting to watch from the upper level, and you don't have to see all these face expressions of the actors. So enjoy the show, make sure to subscribe to my videos and stay tuned. And if you want to read more, go to my blog www.broadwaysergey.com and enjoy. See you on Broadway!